So I'm going to create a new playlist with the hypocrisy of Prophet Muhammad and verses of convenience. Our dearly beloved Prophet always, whenever he got in trouble, he always had something. Prophet Allah just told me that I can marry my daughter-in-law. Allah
Yeah.
just told me that if you're blind, then you don't have to take part in the war. That
It's
actually
like he'd
happened.
get the lightning strikes that you always asked for God to put on you.
Bolt of lightning,
Ta-dam!
God, you
Yes.
can prove your
1
existence.
second, I'm picking up that signal. It's coming from the seventh heavens throne on the water.
Yeah.
There it is. Signal's a
So
bit bad today, but yeah.
as we know, that this is going to be the central hadith. Sahih Muslim 1464. Again, Aisha noted the same pattern as well. Yeah, I felt jealous of women who offered themselves to Allah's messenger. And then when Allah, the exalted, the glorious, the wonderful, the enabler of Muhammad's sex life revealed this, you may defer any of them you wish and take to yourself any you wish. And if you desire any you have set aside, no sin is chargeable to you. So basically, Muhammad was like, in Islam, all the men, men have to ask women's guardians to marry them. For example, if I wanted to marry Nuria, I would have to ask her father.
Oh, good luck with that, mate.
Yeah. Why? I'm all right. Anyway.
He's strong.
Or he's going to say, no, sorry, you have to be a Muslim. But little does he know he's on the
I think he's way past that point.
All right. So that's the Islamic principle. But Muhammad is a cult leader, so he wants a special discount for himself. He said, but for me only, if Nuria presents herself to me to marry me, then that's okay. So it's like, hang on a minute. So every other man has to go to a woman's guardian, but you don't have to? Because women were throwing themselves at Muhammad because he was such a Prince Charming all the time. So anyway, so he was like, what do I do? Again, Allah just told me that I can get it. Okay, Aisha, shut up. I can do it. So our dearly beloved Aisha said, it seems to me that your Lord hastens to satisfy your desires. So our girl Aisha got it. She knew, you're naughty.
Go, girl. You say it like it is. Drop them truth bombs. The good kind of bombs Aisha was dropping.
There is a playlist. There's a playlist that says verses of convenience, and there's so many of them. So that's why it merits a special playlist for it. So this video is
just a quick note on that, on your playlist, and why it's so important is because just as a woman, for me, when I was reading to learn about Islam properly, like by myself, and I read her words, they just came out like it was literally like woman to woman. I think I've mentioned this to you before, like in probably my first interview ever with you. I was like, if you read between the lines, she's telling you stuff. Like she fully was saying things which are just there now imprinted in the source. But if you take the situation, you take what she's saying and what she's seeing, that is telling you that, hey, and she said it like, and I've seen no woman suffer as much as the believing woman. I fear your Lord hastens to fulfill your desires. She says a lot of these things which are just like very witty and very like, oh, okay. Like if you're watching a show and there was Aisha as the character and she dropped those lines, you would be like, oh, there's something off here. You'd get it, woman to woman. Yeah. So thank you, Aisha.
Aisha, there you go. You go, girl. So that is not it. We've shared some other verses as well, but have a look at this one. Look at this one. Someone just said you should make a comedy channel. I'm not funny, but it's Islam that's funny. You know, this is comedy gold. That's why it happens. Have a look at this one. You ready? So this is verse.
Ready.
Chapter 58, verse number 12. You who believe, whenever you confer with the messenger, offer some sort of charity before you confer. That will be better for you and purer. Yet, if you do not find anything, Allah is all still forgiving and merciful. So this is like ancient Patreon thing happening.
Yeah, great analogy.
So you know, like how Patreon. Yeah, you know how we set up Patreon, because I was getting so many phone calls. I was like, okay, you know what? Screw this. Everyone's asking these questions for free. So if you're going to come and have a private audience with me, you know, you gotta make a little donation, a little payment. But then guess what? It backfired. So a lot of these people are coming to Muhammad for just useless things. Hey, Muhammad, should I use my left hand or right hand to wipe my bum? Hey,
Mhm.
Muhammad,
Do
I
I
wake
stay
up in the
sitting
middle.
the whole time while I pee, or do I stand up halfway through? Do I wipe it, or do I squirt it? What do I
What
do?
if I can't find clean water? What do I do then? Okay, sand, all that kind
How
of
do
thing
I
was
do
happening.
ablution in the sand, or with stones, or one stone on my bum, 3 stones? What?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The hadith books are full of them. People coming and asking these stupid questions. So Muhammad goes like, I've had enough. All right, stop this nonsense. So he's like, but he was polite man because hey, you're a prophet. You made a claim that you have come to this earth to lead, to show, to make us walk on the right path. So we're
Tell
trying
us
to
what
walk on the
it
right path.
is.
Yeah, tell us
Yeah.
what it is.
In detail. Yeah.
For example, the question: should I can I have multiple sexual positions with my wife or not? Can I go anal or not? All these questions, people were asking these questions. And so Muhammad was like, I've had enough. So Allah says,
Face
Allah
palm.
subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Muhammad did the face palm. He got us in
So
Patreon.
that's when this verse came down. 58:12. You who believe, whenever you confer with the messenger. So in other places it says that whenever you want to seek a private audience, you have to make a donation. Now, but look at these clever Muslims. Yeah, they were like, oh shit. Then they stopped coming to Muhammad.
We don't have any questions. Actually, on second thoughts, we have nothing to ask you. We're okay.
But people stopped. So this is explained in Ibn Kathir. Yeah, so it says spend something in charity before you seek private consultation. The Muslims kept asking Allah's messenger questions until it became difficult on him. Oh, he was like, oh my God, this is too much. Allah wanted to lighten the burden from his prophet. So Allah was like, look at this creator. There's an argument, there's a belief in Islam that Quran was written before the creation of the universe because Allah knew that this is eventually going to happen. Lohai Mahfuz, but there's a disagreement on that. Okay, so within the Muslim theology, there's a disagreement whether it's a created word or uncreated. You might have actually heard that in Muhammad Hijab and some of the speakers' corners debates. So if he had written that before the Big Bang, did he not know that this problem is going to arise? He's like, no. Oh, I got to solve the life of my prophet. They'll give you some sort of a circular answer. But anyway, but look at this. Allah got it wrong again. So guess what happened? So people stopped coming. They're like, screw this. We're not going to, even though the original verse said that if you can't afford it, yet if you do not find anything to give, meaning if you can't afford it, then it's okay. You can still go to Muhammad if you can't afford it. So if you have money, give money. If you don't have money, you can still go to him and don't pay anything. Allah is forgiving. But then what about those people who have money, but they don't want to give money over this stupid question like, should I do doggy style or not? Okay. In some places it says 1 dinar per word. There was actually a debate between Ali and Muhammad.
About
Ali
how much
said,
to charge per
how
word.
much to charge?
Get
Yes. This
out of here. Stop
there was a debate.
it.
I can't remember which tafsir it was in because I was reading. I don't know. It's in that one. So Muhammad said, let's forgive you. Let me think. Okay, yeah. So anyway, so there was a
Come on,
debate. How much
Muhammad,
to
give
charge.
some of us mates rates. Be a lad.
Yeah, mates rate.
Come on,
So
I've been following you since
Ali,
the Mecca thing. Give me mates rates.
so Ali said, for pay as much as it costed for a grain of barley. Muhammad said, you charge too little. That is not worth my time. My consultation fees is $100 an hour.
Oh, guy's been looking at his astute business wife before he turned prophet, and realized.
But anyway, people said, screw this. I am not going to go to the prophet. So what happened? Allah abrogates the verse so quickly. This was
Allah
abrogated
deleted the
by
WhatsApp
the next
message. Just fully retracted it. He's got 7 minutes, but Allah had like an hour or two. Delete that message for everyone.
It's like when I send you a message and I delete it because it's got poor grammar or something, and then you say, Haris, I saw that. You made that mistake. I was like, so, I was just drunk and I was typing too fast or whatever. So Allah
You're
can't
lucky
even
it
make
gets
that
abrogated. Yeah.
Allah can't make that excuse that I was drunk when I sent you this verse and I
No.
did not think of all the consequences. So first he got it wrong that Allah's messenger will be burdened. So he revealed a verse. Then he gets it wrong again. Then now people are not coming because people don't want to give money for these stupid questions. So he abrogates that verse within an hour, within a day, and then comes up with another one. So let's see, spend something in charity before your private consultation. This was abrogated by the next ayah. What is the next ayah? Are you worried about preferring some charity before your consultation with the Prophet? If you do not do so, Allah forgives you. Keep up prayer and pay the zakat, welfare tax. So basically, don't worry about it. Just pray and give zakat, okay?
Oh, Allah's a joker. Are you worried about that? We'll get rid of it. Sign up now.
This was abrogated by the next ayah. Are you afraid of spending in charity before your private? So you're afraid. You don't want to spend. Okay, all right. You're a little confused. You're a miser man. You're miser man. So Sa'd ibn Abi Ubaba reported that from Qatada, blah, blah, blah. People kept questioning Allah's messenger until they made things difficult for him. Allah provided a way out for his prophet to stop their behavior by this Allah. One of them would need to speak to Allah's prophet about a real matter, but could not do so until he gave in charity. This became hard on people, so Allah sent down relief package. Relief package. Oh no, I don't want to burden you too much.
Emergency bailout.
Yeah, it's emergency bailout package. Yes, from this requirement afterwards. So if you find not, then verily Allah is often forgiving, most merciful. So when you want to consult the messenger in private, spend something in charity before your private consultation was abrogated after being in effect for only 1 hour of a day. I don't believe this, because how did Muhammad realize so quickly that people
exactly
are now?
That's madness within an hour. But
Within an hour,
I've never heard of a verse being abrogated that fast. But it's crazy that Abdur Razak, the scholar, obviously actually says definitively 1 hour is all that verse lasted. Allah's relief package was waiting to happen. He was like, oh, guys, pay up. Okay, if it's too much, here you go.
It is as though he sent the first verse to abrogate it. Well, anyway, so no one except me implemented this ayah. So Ali said that no one except me implemented this ayah until it was abrogated. And he was reported to have said that it remained in effect for nearly an hour. So Ali is saying that.
My yoga class lasts longer than this verse lasted in the Quran. Jeez.
So basically, I think, it is a drunk message. Like when you send
a
drunk message.
It's a drunk
within an hour, you're like, oh, I shouldn't have sent this message. Delete.
Yeah, the same way he drunk text satanic verses. He was mixing up with the devil that night.
It's
Goodness.
I might have bitten more than I could chew. So no, I got to take this back. Oh, sorry. He's already said it to so many people, so you can't delete it. When you try to delete it and it says, too late, it's already out.
It's 7 minutes. I think you have a 7-minute limit on WhatsApp or something, and then you're done for. But I always wondered, this whole concept of abrogation as well, especially this is the quickest abrogation I've come across yet. 1 hour. It really does fly in the face of an all-knowing God to me, because you wouldn't need to copy, you wouldn't need to edit. I'm a human being. I'll write a video script, I'll reread it, I'll edit it, I'll you proofread it, you check it. God is beyond these capabilities. You don't need to be saying things like, oh, stay away from the mosque when you're drunk. Oh, in alcohol there is some benefit, but also it's also not good for you. Oh, actually completely abstain. Why does it take you, it's like third time lucky, God? Why could you not just come up with it the first time? How do I equate human qualities to you now because you're not acting any better than I would?
This whole concept of
and he actually uses this as a freaking point to prove his power. Oh my God, Allah, I have so much beef with you.
So look at Allah saying, we do not abrogate a verse or cause it to be forgotten, except that we bring forth one better than it or similar to it. Do you not know Allah is over all things competent? He's so competent that he sends out a verse.
You need 3 drafts, mate. You need drafts.
And an hour later, he changes it. Oh, Allah is all over all things competent. Allah is most capable of everything. Look at this changes after an hour. He abrogated this verse faster than the speed of light within an hour.
How do you prove your power to mankind, humankind, I should say, when Haris, Allah's edited the Quran more than you edited your book to publish?
if so quickly. So if Allah was literally about 1 light hour away at that time, or Gabriel was 1 light hour away, that's why it probably took that long. So basically, Allah said that, hey, don't trouble my prophet. If you want to talk to him, pay money. Gabriel is gone. He's like,
But
he's gone. And then Allah straight away, shoot, he's gone. Okay, hey, another messenger, you go and tell him straight away. So that's why it took an hour.
true, because that would also be a like
Half an
logistical
hour back
issue.
and forth.
But like,
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
if I walk into a yoga class, and I think, oh shit, I need to pay Mohammed to ask him a question, and then I walk out, I'm like, snap, it's free now. That's all gone. How mad is that? Because it's definitely 1 hour human time, the way this scholar has written it.
Yeah. So it's but the
But
thing
you know
is,
what this reminds me of? This is, I don't know if anybody watching has watched the series New Girl. Is such a good show, by the way. I think it's like the modern Friends. It's so good. Anyway, in New Girl, they have this douchebag jar in the apartment where you've got to put money every time you're a douchebag. This is what this charity thing seems like for Mohammed. It's like, ask a question, put some money in the douchebag jar, and then nobody wanted to fess up that they're being a douchebag, so you just don't put any money in the jar, but you can still ask the questions.
If you like these videos and want to support me in my activism, then you can support me on Patreon or PayPal. Stay free, everyone.